Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today we take a closer look at a story that has unsettled many people both at home and abroad. It is the strange and troubling death of Nathi Mthethwa, South Africa's ambassador to France, a man who served in government for many years and later represented the country on one of the world's most watched diplomatic stages. Officials released a simple explanation, saying he died after a fall from the 22nd floor of a hotel in Paris. On the surface it sounds clear, but the details around the incident have opened a long list of doubts, whispered theories, and questions that refuse to settle. The first question many people asked was why a senior diplomat, familiar with security protocols and known for a measured lifestyle, ended up in a situation where such a fall could happen at all. The French authorities stated that they were investigating and that no signs of forced entry were found. Yet those who knew him said he was not the type to behave recklessly. It created an uncomfortable gap between the official line and what people close to him believed about his character and habits. When a public figure dies in a way that seems at odds with the life they lived, speculation becomes almost unavoidable. In the days that followed, journalists began to look at his schedule in Paris. He had been attending a series of meetings linked to cultural exchange projects and South Africa's diplomatic image in Europe. These were routine engagements, nothing dramatic on the surface. But some observers pointed out that diplomacy often involves disputes that are not made public. Tensions in negotiations, disagreements inside embassy circles, or pressure from political developments back home can create an environment where stress builds quietly. While these may not point to foul play, they do add weight to the sense that more was happening beneath the calm exterior. What drew even more attention was the silence from those who normally speak with confidence about government matters. Instead of a detailed explanation, the early statements were brief and cautious. Silence is not evidence of wrongdoing, but it often encourages people to imagine the worst. Many South Africans remembered other high-profile deaths where early explanations were later disputed, and this history shaped the way the public reacted. There were also questions about the hotel itself. Why was he placed on such a high floor? Did he request it, or was it assigned by staff? Security experts explained that diplomats usually receive safer room placements, often on mid-level floors where evacuation is easier and security checks are simple to maintain. When a senior official is lodged near the top of a building, the decision stands out. It might be a coincidence, but coincidences carry a different weight when a death follows. As investigators worked through the evidence, people back home tried to understand what the fall meant in a broader sense. Mthethwa had been a prominent figure since his years in cabinet, and opinions about him varied widely. Some praised his contributions to cultural development. Others criticized his political decisions. But regardless of where people stood, most agreed his death was sudden and unsettling. When a public figure with a long record of service dies far from home, in a country known for strong security and surveillance, the unanswered questions can feel too big to ignore. Then came the rumors. Some suggested he had been under unusual pressure related to diplomatic files. Others said he might have been targeted because of political rivalries that extended beyond South Africa. Still others thought the explanation might be far simpler, involving a misstep, a moment of distraction, or even a medical episode. People often forget how many tragedies come down to a single second of imbalance. But when speculation mixes with politics, simple explanations start to seem almost suspicious in themselves. At the same time, humor began to creep into the conversation in that familiar South African way, the kind of humor people use when the situation feels too heavy to process normally. Comments online joked that even Paris could not escape South Africa's habit of turning simple stories into mysteries. Someone wrote that if the Eiffel Tower ever leaned slightly to the left, half the country would declare it a political plot. Beneath the jokes was a shared sense of discomfort, a feeling that something about this story was not sitting correctly. As days turned into weeks, the public started calling for clearer answers. Transparency is important in any democracy, and people wanted to hear more about the findings of the French investigation as well as South Africa's own review of the case. The longer the silence lasted, the more the questions grew. The truth may be simple, but without a full account, speculation becomes the main storyteller. This incident also raised concerns about the safety of South African diplomats abroad. Many serve in cities where crime, political tension, or intelligence competition create risks that the public seldom hears about. If a senior ambassador could be involved in such a troubling incident, ordinary diplomatic staff wondered what this might mean for them. The Department of International Relations confirmed that it was reviewing several protocols, though details were not shared publicly. In the end, the death of Nathi Mthethwa remains a difficult story to accept. It is a mix of tragedy, unanswered questions, and the uneasy awareness that important details might never be released. His family, his colleagues, and the country he represented deserve full clarity. Until that comes, the public will continue to debate, theorize, and search for meaning in the fragments of information available. If you are watching this, let us know what you think. Do you believe the official explanation is complete, or do you feel something deeper is hidden from view? Share your thoughts in the comments. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest stories. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.